Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'd like to welcome our new subscribers and thank those that are returning this week for the energy update. So we've got a busy week. Let's jump right in. Yesterday and today we had Jupiter conjunct Chiron in the sign of Aries. And we'll find ourselves on a mission. I certainly found myself on several missions over the past weekend. And today it's starting to diminish a little bit. But if you feel like you have a mission, something that you need to really get done or accomplish, you can thank Jupiter and Chiron conjunct in Aries for that as well. Yesterday and today, and it will continue certainly through this week, but it will begin to get lighter as the week progresses. We have Mars in Gemini is going to square Neptune, which is in Pisces. And we've talked about this before. This really is a lack of clarity, confusion, manipulation, or manipulation tactics. And just pay attention and vet your sources, of course, and be cautious. Always slow things down if it feels like you're uncertain or you're just not quite sure, or step away if you feel that would be best. Certainly trust your instincts and step away. We felt this energy last fall, and because the Mars retrograde cycle, the shadow ends this week. We'll get into that in a minute. However, with this being the final square of that Mars retrograde cycle, I've also had some clients and myself experience some enlightenment relative to the themes that were present in your life during this Mars retrograde cycle. And so you may get some clarity, which is the opposite of confusion. I get that, but that's also this Mars square Neptune theme, just not quite sure what to do, a lot of disillusionment and starts and stops. But you know, something that was confusing you back then, you may begin to get some very clear, defined direction, especially as the week goes on. And we'll talk more about that as we speak about some of the elements of this week. Then we're going to jump ahead to Wednesday, which I believe is the 16th already. This is a very complex energy day. There's a lot going on. That is the day that Mars actually comes out of shadow. So just to put everything in perspective, Mars entered Gemini last August. Mars went into shadow on the 3rd of September last year. It went retrograde the end of October and then started moving forward near, I believe it was the 3rd week of January. And now, coming out of shadow, Mars will be up to full speed. So at this time, Mercury, which is in Pisces, is going to square Mars. So please be mindful of your words. As Mars is up to full speed, it is vibrating, and especially if you're a Gemini or have strong Mars placements in your chart, you could just be overwhelmed to take action on something. And with it being square to Mercury in Pisces, just be mindful of your words. Please be mindful. Let them be compassionate. Let's side with the five-dimensional meaning of Pisces in those words or communications. But just be mindful. Slow things down where you need to, and make sure you're stepping into things in a compassionate way, taking action on a compassionate way. But you will be just completely overwhelmed. I myself, over the weekend, felt like I was vibrating. I have Gemini placements and a very strong Mars placement. So I really did feel like I was vibrating. So if you're getting that, it's starting to come in, that's what this is. Mars is busting out of the gate. It's been constrained for too long relative to slowing down, going over things, and Mars is a planet of aggression and action, so it wants to go, and trust me, it's going to. Also on Wednesday, and it's late in the day, Venus is going to square Pluto and Capricorn and her final degrees of Aries, and then move into Taurus. So Venus loves Taurus. She rules Taurus and is all about sensual pleasure. So food is going to taste better. Things will be more beautiful, or you can reflect on that. Certainly if there's times of frustration with some of this energy, enjoy the sensual pleasures in life. You can really get into the Venus, Taurus and Venus theories. But like I said, just before that, she's going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. And this is all about power dynamics or the use of manipulation in relationships or relative to power. And, you know, like I said, she's going to move into Taurus shortly thereafter. I truly do believe that that grounding energy of Venus and Taurus will begin to emerge, you know, once you've dealt with whatever manipulative or control power dynamics that begin to emerge earlier in the day. Then on that same day and into Thursday, Mercury and Sun and Neptune, which are all in Pisces, are going to take turns conjuncting. They're going to kind of do this little dance. So instead of kind of going through each one of those aspects, basically it's heightened perception, right? And mental thought processes. So it can almost be like dream state because Neptune's here and it's a positive form of Neptune, but it's very dreamy. Great day for creativity. So Wednesday, Thursday, creativity and artistic talents, music. Oh my goodness, off the charts on these days. And just stay as grounded as you can. This can be very dreamy energy, so you may have these really fun, lofty ideas and lofty communications. Just kind of, you know, temper that and connect back with Earth where and when you need to. Also, on this day, the Sun in Pisces will square Mars in Gemini. And this is just restlessness, just absolute restlessness. And with Mars fully out of shadow, and also, like I said, squaring Mercury, man, it just mind your words. Please mind your words. And if you have this over-the-top, aggressive response that you want to take with something, please kind of rely on your Venus in Taurus aspect that occurred shortly before this, and take yourself out to dinner, enjoy a nice meal, have a fine bottle of wine if you so choose, or your favorite flavor in soda if that works for you as well. Then we're going to jump forward to Sunday, the 19th, and Mercury is going to enter Aries. Holy smokes, buckle up and hold on. Communications will absolutely be coming in and out at such a rapid pace. It is just going to be feverish and unbridled and raw. It's the name of the game, trust me. Relative to thoughts or words, communications of any kind. So just kind of be mindful of that. That pace is going to pick up. Neptune and Mars square can also be kind of a lazy energy. So if you are compelled to take a nap, please do so. But I'm telling you, by the end of the week, it's going to be go time. And then as you look forward to next week's energy, pivotal, I'm just not even sure. I think I'm going to break it into a couple of different videos because there's so many dynamic things going on. It's just too much to cover in a short period of time. I mean, the shift in consciousness that you could feel, that I expect that we will be feeling, and I'm getting some insight into that. I'm telling you, I've just been off the rails on a conscious plane, that's for sure. I don't think it's anything we've ever experienced before. Why? On Monday, that equinox, the spring equinox, which is always a fun time, right? Spring is here. It's ushering in eclipse season, right? So that means that we're finishing up one nodal axis cycle and getting ready to kick off the next, that's for sure. Then on Tuesday, we've got a new moon in Aries, and there will be 6 celestial bodies in the sign of Aries. Whew! That's a lot of intensity. Again, we'll talk more about that next week. On Thursday, Pluto is going to move into Aquarius. Let's put this in perspective. Pluto has a 248 year orbit cycle. We have never been alive, at least in this lifetime, during Pluto in Aquarius. We don't know what to expect. We do know that it means power to the people, so I'm excited about that. And then finally, a week from Saturday, like I said, all part of next week's energy, Mars moves into Cancer, finally out of the sign of Gemini. So take a break when you can, You're going to feel the energy revving up, especially when Mercury moves into Aries this weekend. That is ushering in this very profound change, this very profound shift in consciousness that is just right around the corner. So, early in the week this week, confusion, disillusionment, being called to action, it's all going to happen, and you're not quite sure what to do, that Mars restlessness. Then Pluto being at anaretic degree of Capricorn is tough if you're resonating on a 3D level, because as I mentioned, Pluto is going to change signs next week. So the anaretic degree of Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, a lot of systems that were top-down authority are literally falling apart. That's tough. We'll be seeing some of that this week as well. It is time to let go. So if you find yourself struggling, please just let go. This new moon in Aries is all about new beginnings. It will absolutely backfill any vacancies that you can create in your space with the dawning of new earth, and I'm super excited about that. So that's all I have relative to energy updates, and we are going to use the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krans this week. Hold it up for you. I do love this deck, and it was literally staring at me, so I felt the need to pull a card. And the card for this week is the Bear. Again, does not surprise me at all. Here is the Bear card. Get you a nice close look at the bear. Sun is shining, emerging from his slumber, as are we. Let's see what the book says. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult. But the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice. Bear, winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. That is exactly what's happening. You literally can't make this up. I can't believe this card jumped out. Pluto is the sign of transformation, and it's getting ready to change signs. It's been in the sign of Capricorn since 2008. So if you've been waiting for some stuck dynamic since that time, has to do with a power dynamic or transformation you're waiting for, well, you know what? It's right around the corner. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for stopping in today. If you liked this video, please do click the like button. If there's somebody who you feel could be helped, please share this video with them. Any comments or suggestions whatsoever, post them in the comment section below. I will read them and get back to you ASAP, especially if you've asked for a response. Well, I think that's it. If you want to know when videos are being dropped, click the subscribe button. It is such a pleasure to have you here with me today. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I look forward to the blessings of next week. And until then, namaste.